authors in, because I think my job really, when I come in to visit schools, is to enthuse children about books, really, which I know you're doing all the time. But the other thing is to sort of show that people make books. You know, I'm like the sort of you know, if you've got a tin of tuna, children don't really know that it actually comes from a real tuna until they see one. And so I'm a bit like that, I think. And it's sort of demystifying the whole process, really, to show that, you know, books can be made by everyone. This is one of the first pictures I ever made, the first one I found. I found some pictures quite recently, actually. I'm just going to show you, because I've totally forgotten I'd done these. And looking back at them, you sort of remember that. I find them quite evocative. I love looking at children's pictures. I really like the freshness and spontaneity of them. And, you know, as Picasso always said, it's something I always aspire to get that freshness into my work. But it's also a time of sort of vulnerability. And I think sort of being very young is a time when, you know, the world's very confusing. So when I do talks, I usually talk a bit about my work and how I make the pictures, and I get everyone to do a drawing. Now I wanted to get everyone here to do a drawing, to make up their own picture book character. And you might think, oh my God, everyone's going to see my drawing and be looking over my shoulder. Well, I think a child might think that as well when you're doing a drawing. So just urge everyone to be very sort of, you know, gentle when you're sort of commenting on someone's work. I'm sure you've all been told this anyway, but to encourage everyone's very sort of individual way of looking at the world. These are my favourite books when I was little, and I still remember them. I still got some of them. This is one of the first books I ever made. I used to like making books, and it was a bit of a shock to me recently to find some of the books I did when I was a child, and I'd honestly totally forgotten about these. And it's a bit of a shock to see they're very similar to the sort of books I'm doing now. I've always loved animals, and whenever I start talking like this, I went to ask you to, I'd say, hands up everyone who likes animals, and everyone puts their hand up, apart from someone who's got a wobbly tooth or something. And I say, who likes painting and drawing? And again, everyone puts their hand up. So there is a lot of enthusiasm for it. I particularly like doing animal characters because of their universality. I think, you know, they're not locked into any particular culture. You know, of course, there's sort of lots of room for exploring different cultures, but I really like the fact that everyone can own the animal and say, you know, it's their favourite animal. So, yeah, I don't know if it's because I've, you know, I'm in touch with my inner child, or because I haven't moved on at all. But I was shocked to see the way I draw witches as a child is still exactly the same. I'd totally forgotten about these pictures. You know, it's all the same shaped shoes, same colour hair. I've even got this sort of cauldron in there. I know that's a dragon, but it's quite similar to the way I'm doing that Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, so I've always liked doing lots and lots of animals, and still like doing lots and lots of books about animals. So I would urge you to sort of, you know, get people in to visit and get in touch with your, I don't know if you've probably been told all this already, but get in touch with your local independent bookshop. They'll be more than happy to talk to you and organise events. And a very good place to go in. You usually have a huge range of picture books, and do sort of look at all, you know, I really enjoyed the end of the talk before, but do have a look at the huge range of books, because there is something for everyone. I do think we're living in a golden age of picture books at the moment, where the printing techniques mean that we can produce, you know, fantastic quality of colour reproduction and things. And there's some brilliant stuff being done, and there's something to suit everyone. And I think stories are very magical. When you get words and images together, I always think of a parent, an adult, might be the teacher or the parent, reading with the child. So you've got to interest both, really. And I think when you get words and images together, something quite magical happens. And I think